Imagine reaching an equilibrium on a tightrope. That's the current state of the U.S. residential housing market. It's a delicate balance, with the tremors of higher interest rates still yet to fully ripple through the market. This precarious state is happening despite the S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller Index reaching an all-time high in September 2023, even as average 30-year fixed-rate mortgages touched a staggering 8% for the first time since the turn of the millennium. The Federal Reserve, like a cautious tightrope walker, is taking measured steps, wary of cutting interest rates unless there's a significant slowdown in growth. With inflation continuing to soar, they're in a bit of a bind. Home prices and rents are still high, stubborn as a mule. This could potentially keep mortgage rates higher for longer, adding another tricky element to this balancing act. But let's not forget, most mortgage holders today are more qualified borrowers compared to the 2007 housing bubble. They've got higher credit scores and larger down payments, which is certainly a silver lining amidst the clouds. However, it's not all roses. Home sales are on a downward trend, and new housing starts have decelerated. It's a drop in volumes rather than prices that we're seeing. And with housing affordability measures taking a nosedive, it's become increasingly difficult for many potential buyers to enter the market. So, where does this leave us? Well, it's a bit like watching a tightrope walker in the middle of their act. The impact of higher interest rates may still be ahead of us, so caution is advised in portfolio allocations. It's a delicate balance, and only time will tell if we can make it to the other side. As we approach Black Friday and the holiday season, all eyes are on the consumer. The state of the American economy, with its many moving parts, plays a significant role in consumer spending. As we look ahead, several key data releases are on the horizon that will offer valuable insights into the health of our economy. These include retail sales figures and earnings reports from major retailers, which can provide a snapshot of consumer confidence and spending habits. A major factor to consider is the impact of the Federal Reserve's recent rate hikes. These increases have a direct effect on credit card rates, which could potentially influence holiday spending. As interest rates rise, the cost of borrowing increases, which may cause consumers to think twice before making large purchases or taking on additional debt. In addition to these financial dynamics, we're also seeing a slowdown in consumer spending growth. This slowdown presents a significant challenge for retailers, particularly as we head into the busiest shopping season of the year. Retailers are facing tough decisions about whether to raise prices to offset increased costs, a move that could potentially deter consumers. But of course, we can't discuss the state of consumer spending without addressing the elephant in the room: inflation. Rising prices are a concern for everyone, from the individual shopper to the largest corporations. Higher prices can put a damper on consumer spending, especially for non-essential items. And as we've seen in the past, when consumers start tightening their belts, the ripple effect can be felt throughout the economy. So, as we gear up for Black Friday and the holiday season, keep a keen eye on these economic indicators. The state of the economy and consumer spending are not just crucial factors for retailers and businesses, but for all of us. As we head into the holiday season, the state of the economy and consumer spending will be crucial factors to watch. What does the future hold for the housing market? Let's dive in. Recent trends have shown a decline in housing activity due to the dual pressures of inflation and interest rate hikes. Economists have been closely watching this shift, with some predicting a potential 20% decline in home prices by the middle of the year 2023. These forecasts are not made lightly and are based on a multitude of factors, including a marked increase in mortgage rates. The rise in mortgage rates has had a significant impact on house prices and home sales. The cost of borrowing has become steeper, and this has inevitably affected the purchasing power of prospective homebuyers. It's a ripple effect that extends across the market, leading to a softening in demand and, in turn, a decrease in home prices. However, it's not all doom and gloom. There's talk within economic circles about the possibility of mortgage rates decreasing if a larger economic recession occurs. This might sound counterintuitive, but recessions often lead to lower interest rates as part of measures to stimulate economic activity. If this were to happen, it could alleviate some of the pressure on mortgage rates. So, what does this all mean for the future of the housing market? Well, the combination of cooling prices and potential declining mortgage rates could lead to a more affordable housing market in 2023. This could be a silver lining for potential buyers who have been priced out of the market in recent years. It's important to note that these are just predictions, and the housing market, like any market, is subject to a myriad of influences and variables. The future will always hold a degree of uncertainty, but understanding the dynamics at play can help us make informed decisions. While the housing market may be facing challenges, there could be a silver lining for potential buyers in the future. There's a glimmer of hope on the horizon for the housing market. We're beginning to see signs of improvement, with an uptick in pending home sales, mortgage applications, and new listings. Housing starts and completions are also on the rise. Albeit they are still playing catch-up with the figures we saw in 2022, it's also noteworthy that mortgage rates have begun to ease, signaling a potential relief for potential buyers and current homeowners alike. However, it's important to manage our expectations. Experts predict that the recovery will be a gradual process rather than a sudden shift. There could be potential hurdles ahead. If the U.S. economy decelerates and interest rates remain high, the housing market could face a longer road to recovery. The future is uncertain, but that's always been part of the thrill of navigating the economic landscape. While the housing market's recovery may be slow, these signs of improvement offer a glimmer of hope.